Hey, listen. Why is your life the way it is? Why is one man happy, the other is not? Why is one man successful and the other a failure? Why is one woman happily married, but the other is not? The things you're experiencing in your life, do you think it's an attack from the demonic world? Who controls your destiny? Proverbs 4:23. Be careful the way you think, for your life is shaped by your thoughts. This is what we're going to discuss this day. That is the power of thoughts. This is Eunice Podcast. I am your host, Eunice, and I have with me Pastor Paul Kwatin. Pastor Paul, you are welcome.
Thank you, my sister.
Well, what is the genesis of everything?
To answer that question, let me start with a quote by William Shakespeare.
Okay.
Shakespeare said that the divinity that shapes our ends is in ourselves. It is our very self. Sister, there is a marvelous inner world that exists within us.
Wow.
And the revelation of such a world enables us to be, to do, and to have whatever we desire within the bounds and limits of nature. That means everything that we desire originates from within ourselves. Everything that we desire originates from within ourselves. And it starts with thought.
Wow. No wonder the Bible says in the Good News Version, be careful the way you think, for your life is shaped by your thoughts. Can you expatiate on this verse for us? Why do you think our thoughts shapes our lives?
Thought is
First,
the,
while you talk about that, maybe you can explain to us what is thoughts? Where does it originate from?
thought is a very powerful force. The Bible is replete with verses that talk about the power of thought.
Okay.
And I will start with one. In Ephesians, it says that God is able to do exceedingly, abundantly, beyond all that we ask or think. So it starts with our thinking, our thought. Before we speak, we voice it. So before I come out to say something, I have to originate a thought.
Okay.
And then the expression of that thought is what we call word.
The expression of thoughts are words.
Exactly.
Okay. Okay.
You don't know what is in my mind until I first
Express it.
express it. Put it, give it a vocabulary.
Okay.
Then it becomes expression.
Okay.
So the Bible says that the word became flesh.
So the thoughts had an expression.
Exactly.
Okay.
So thought is the beginning of everything. Thought is the genesis of our destiny.
Really?
Yes.
How?
Everything starts with a thought.
Okay.
Whatever that you want to do, whatever that you want to be, whatever that you want to have, starts as a thought in your mind. So thought is the first.
Okay.
Then it becomes your word. Thought, word,
So the thought you express it for it to be word.
exactly.
Okay.
It becomes your word.
Okay.
Then it follows by action.
Okay.
So you have the thought, you declare that thought,
Okay.
and then you act upon that.
You act upon the word.
You act upon the word.
Okay.
So acting upon that word repeatedly
Okay.
becomes a habit.
Repeatedly becomes a habit.
Exactly.
Okay.
And that habit becomes your character.
Thoughts, word, habit, character.
Yes.
Okay.
And then that character becomes your destiny, your
Really?
end.
Really?
Yes.
So our destinies are not predetermined.
No, there is nothing predetermined or foreordained.
Can you repeat that?
There is nothing predetermined or foreordained.
But people have the conception that whatever they are going through is their destiny. That is how God made them. That's how their end will be. Can you explain so that they can maybe have a change of mind to diffuse that way of thinking? Because people believe whatever they're experiencing is predetermined.
It is not.
Okay.
So I determine my end. There is no force, there is no external power controlling my destiny or in control of my destiny. My destiny is first determined inside me.
It's not God. It's not the devil.
God exists within me.
Okay.
God is within me.
Mm-hmm.
Shakespeare said that the divinity, the divine, is within me.
Mm.
So the power that shapes my end, my destiny, is within me.
Okay.
So from within me, I determine my outcome in life.
There's a song that mostly are sung within the Christian community. Destiny changer. You are the destiny changer. Come and change my destiny. The destiny today. So we are praying to God to change our destiny. And there's another version in the tree. CHAPETRS is for. So per what you are teaching us today, no external force controls our destiny.
No. Emphatically, no.
Then people are praying to God to change their destiny.
When you do that, that means you are giving your power to something outside you.
Okay.
You are giving your power and you are telling me that there is a force that is outside you, greater than
What is within
what is within you, controlling you.
Okay. All right. With the process that you were teaching us, thoughts, word, habits, character, destiny, can you give us in a practical way that we live each and every day, practically, before you continue?
Okay. Now, before coming here, I had a thought of this program first. I spoke about it. I acted upon it. And I have arrived here. That is my destination.
Okay. So in a practical way, in our personal living, like an individual life, because it has to go through a repeated process before it becomes a habit.
Exactly.
So can you give us practically with our lives?
Perfect.
Okay.
Now let's start with someone that drinks, who thinks like drinking is my destiny, or someone who is a womanizer, who thinks that womanizing is my destiny.
Okay.
I'm born to do this. I'm born to be this way. Is that the truth? Emphatically, no. Now, follow me. I said, first and foremost, it has to start with a thought.
Okay.
Then it becomes word. Then it becomes your action.
Action. Okay.
Then, thought first, you speak it repeatedly, then you act upon it repeatedly.
Okay.
Then it becomes your habit. This is my way of living, my habit. Then that habit becomes your character. So you characterize that person by the things he's been doing every day. It's your character.
Okay.
And that character is going to determine your destiny. Whether you're going to succeed, you say, why is one man successful and another a failure?
Sure.
It is all because of a repeated action that has become their destiny.
Wow.
So I want to drinking, womanizing, whatever lifestyle you are living, all right? It started first with a thought. And then you gave voice to it. You started talking about it. I'm this, I want to be this, I like women, I enjoy looking at women, I enjoy seeing nude pictures, all that. Then you acted upon it. You saw one fine lady, you acted upon the thought of the words, and then you went in for her.
Okay.
You did it once, you went on it again, it became your habit.
Okay.
So this guy has a habit of sleeping with women. This guy has a habit of what? Drinking. This woman has a habit of chasing men.
Okay.
Then it became your character. About where that's your character.
Okay.
And that character will become your destiny. And what's that destiny? You're going to die in that situation. So you want to change it. How do you change it? The process. You go back to where? Thought. And then you replace that thought that brought you to where you are with a different thought.
Okay, let me chip in this. I believe there will be a thought world. Oh?
Yeah, we live in a thought world.
We live in a thought world.
Yes.
So within a day, how many thoughts comes into our mind? You have an idea?
Well, according to what science have told us,
Okay.
scientists tell us that thought is compared with the speed of light.
Okay.
They tell us our thought travel faster. That the rate of it is 186,000 miles per second. That's how fast your thought, my thought travel. They went on to say that our thought travels 930,000 times faster than the sound of our voice. So I may be here now without speaking. Someone in America will pick my thoughts and call me simultaneously. And I'm like, bro, I just thought of you a second ago. And you have called me.
So the moment those things happen, it's like you're in the same frequency with the person.
Absolutely.
Like sometimes we do experience it. Maybe a thought about a brother or a sister will come in mind. And the moment you decide to pick a phone to call the person, maybe that person's call might come through. Or even if you call the person, oh, I was just thinking about you. So it's like the two of you were in the same frequency.
The same frequency. And remember, thought waves are cosmic waves that penetrate all time and space. So there is no boundary.
Okay.
It is only in our physical world. Remember, thoughts are not physical things we see. So there is no boundary. There is no limitation. Right? So actually, spirit world is thought world.
Wow.
All right? So the rate at which it travels faster than our voice. I'm speaking now, but whatever I am speaking through this microphone has to first come into my mind as a thought. Then I find the right vocabulary and I express it.
All right. So how do we control these thoughts? Because not all the thoughts are good for us. Some are negative, some are positive. So how do one control the thoughts to benefit you? Because I believe whatever you think repeatedly, it happens. So if I'm thinking negative, my end results will be negative. How do I pick the right thoughts?
That is where awareness comes in.
Okay.
You see, we've not been made aware of the power within us. There is so much power. The divinity within us. God has given man so much power to create the life we want. So whatever life I want to live, I have the power to create it. And one significant thing about spirit, the last time we treated spirit, one significant thing about spirit is that spirit is creative. That is the creative ability in man is the God life.
That differentiates us with other creation.
Absolutely.
Animals or whatever.
Absolutely.
The ability to create.
Absolutely. You and I has been given that power to create, to mold our destinies.
You see, as you are saying this, I feel sad within me. And the reason is that we've not been made aware of this great power within us. We are always looking for power outside of us.
Thank you.
Outside of us. And we don't get it. It's very pathetic.
It's very pathetic, my sister. Before I came into, this information was hidden from me for many years.
Wow.
I was a pastor, preaching, teaching, until I came into this revelation of this inner world that exists within me. And the revelation of this inner world within me has enabled me to be who I am today, to do what I am doing today, and to have all the things that I am having today. It came from the awareness of this higher, greater power that is within myself. In the Bible, we are told somewhere that God has not given us the spirit of fear, but of power
and of sound mind,
love, and a sound mind. Power for what? Power to create. So there is this creative ability. Now, the microphone that I'm speaking through right now, where did it come from?
Someone's thoughts.
Someone's imagination.
Yes.
Someone's thought. The person first had that thought, and that thought became an image. He imagined it. And then he fashioned it with his hands. And I'm speaking through it now. But when you look at it from the physical plane, you will say, but it's a microphone. No, it is someone's idea. It's a thought from someone's mind.
Creation.
Exactly. It came, this is someone's idea. And ideas are thought, images in our minds. So those who have become aware of this power are the people leading the revolution,
Wonderful.
technological revolution in the world today.
Wow. So how do we become aware? Those that are asleep, how do we wake up to this awareness? How do we do it?
By getting to know yourself well, knowing that there is a power within me. I don't have to wait for this power. I don't have to go somewhere for this power. I don't have to wait for somebody to impart this power.
Lay hands on you.
No, it is already within me. I only have to activate it.
You become aware of it, then you activate it.
You activate it. And it starts with a thought. What are we doing now? I am sharing thought with our viewers. So if you have a negative thought in your mind about yourself, this program is going to help you change your perception, change your concept, and change your confession about yourself, and change your destiny.
Wow. So it starts with awareness.
It starts with awareness. Becoming aware of this enormous, this phenomenal power that is within you and around you. There is a power within you. There is a power around you.
Okay. So if we move from the awareness stage, what is the next stage?
The next stage is creation. When you become aware of this power within you, you use it creatively.
So with the help of imagination?
With the help of imagination. Now, to know yourself is to discover your inherent power. All right? That was given to you by the Creator.
Okay.
It is within every man. We walk around with so much power in us, as if we are powerless. Whatever that I want to create, I have to first conceive the idea. It starts with a thought in my mind. And then I use my imagination. God made this, created this whole world from where? From his imagination. God first had a thought of a world.
Okay.
And we live in a mental world because the God who made this world is mind. And the truth must be told that mind is behind everything we see.
Repeat it.
Mind is behind everything that we see. Technology, the advancement we are witnessing today in the world, there is a mind behind it. And there is a mind controlling it. So the higher mind are always in control, always in charge, always in the forefront. They are the pace setters in this our world. Microsoft is behind. You tell me it's Bill Gates. It's not Bill Gates. It's the mind. And that mind is what we call Bill Gates.
Sure.
The man Bill Gates will die today, and what he has started will still continue. Because you cannot kill mind.
Cannot kill mind.
You cannot destroy mind.
Wonderful. Okay. Let's come back to imagination as a technique. Because we've not used it. We have it. It's a God-given thing that he has blessed us with within our spirit, within us. But because growing up, we are not even aware we have this thing within us. Now that we've become aware that we have this power within us, how do we develop our imaginative power to be able to create and change our life and change our destiny?
Thank you for this wonderful question. Mother Montessori said something that we take children to school as if they are empty vessels to be filled. He went on to say that these children are already filled. They came into this world with their potential. What school does is to help these children, or what education does, or what school is to help these children to discover what is within them. Because even the word education itself, from a Latin word edico, meaning to draw out from within. So within every man is this power to change his life. Talking about imagination, it's unfortunate that some of us, our imaginative power, some were destroyed at a very early age. When we started using our imagination, our parents will shout at us. How do you think it's going to happen? Stop that daydreaming. Stop imagining vain things. So when you want to do something and they shut you like this, they kill. I mean, they
You refrain from doing it. Yeah.
So before you realize you grow up, that imagination power in it has already been quenched. So you have to rediscover, awaken it, activate it. It's in every man.
And how do we do it?
How do we do it? Since it is already within you, this is how I was able to awaken my imaginative ability.
Okay.
I first came to the point by persuading myself that I'm creative.
Being convinced that you have the creative ability within
I have
you.
that power within, because I've been told that I have nothing within me. I was told many times, we failed in one paper in school and they tell you, you are a dummy, you are good for nothing, your head is blocked, you cannot succeed, you cannot excel at
You
anything.
amount to nothing.
You amount to nothing. So I had to first convince myself that, hey, I was born to do something significant.
Mm.
And the only way I can do that is by discovering the God power, the God self within me. And that is my imagination. Imagination is the God self within us. Now, let me say this. To go to the moon,
Mm-hmm.
they first have to imagine, conceive the idea, and then imagine the machine that will take them to the moon. You first have to conceive the thought, and then you imagine, and then you create, you form the machine to take you to the moon.
Back to the same question I asked some few minutes ago. How do you do the imagination? Because sometimes let me allow you to explain.
Imagination is within you. So if the thing is within you, you have to activate it. How? Very simple. Sit down. Go deep within yourself. What do you want?
What do you want?
Start with the question, what do I want in life?
I want a change of life. I want to be successful.
Thank you. What do I want to do? What do I want to be? What do I want to have? If you don't know what you want, you cannot use your imagination creatively.
Okay.
You will use it destructively.
Okay.
And unfortunately, we use our imagination destructively than creatively.
Mm-hmm.
We use our imagination against ourselves by imagining negative things.
It's like we've always been imagining, but in a negative way.
In a negative way.
This month, I'll get sick. I'll be broke. I don't have money. And we keep imagining this.
And remember, that is the power within yourself. So whatever that you imagine, you are bringing it to what?
Reality.
Into reality. So if you continue imagining it, you keep reproducing that thing in your life.
I remember I had a friend who once told me that every December she gets sick. And she was praying all the time to break that demonic attack on her life. So I just told her that maybe she should change the way she thinks, because you keep saying that every December I get sick. You imagine it. So when it's getting to December, the system and everything will speak to each other. It's time for us to get sick, so let's hurry up and get sick.
Thank you.
We use the imagination, but negatively.
We use it destructively.
Destructively. I like that word, destructively.
And I was a victim of that. I used my own imagination against myself because I consistently, repeatedly imagined myself failing.
Wow.
And I failed in everything I did.
And the devil should charge you for blaming him for that life.
And I kept imagining myself. So that became a cycle. Because I failed in the previous text, I start imagining, then I'm going to fail again.
Sure.
Oh, I said it. I knew I was going to fail.
Sure,
and you I knew I was going to fail and I failed. Right? So you have to start imagining. Don't ask yourself how. Just imagine yourself succeeding. Imagine yourself succeeding.
Thank you. So at the initial stage, is it going to be so easy? Because this has been a character for a period of time. Now I want to change the way my life is. I want a positive life. Are you with me?
Yes.
I want a positive life.
Yeah.
The moment maybe you have these images of being successful, you see that the old self will interfere. So I want you to help our viewers. Tell them that it's not going to be so simple. Maybe I'm wrong. Because it has become a character. You now want to bring in, unlearn the old self and learn a new self. That is why I keep asking you, how do we do the imagination, that technique? How do we replace the negative one with the positive one?
It starts first with I.
Okay.
I. Discover the I within you. I. Imagination, idea, It's first with idea.
Okay.
What idea do you have of yourself? So replace that old idea of failure with a new idea of success in your mind, and see yourself. Imagine it, picture it, live with that picture. Live with that picture of success in your mind consistently, repeatedly, and it will be expressed in your outer world. Because whatever you impress upon your higher self, your subconscious mind will be expressed. So if you impress the idea of success, I am success. I am success. I am succeeding. I am successful. I am successful. And you see yourself succeeding in your next venture. You are succeeding.
Wow. So if you are sick, you haven't challenged with your health, you should see yourself being healthy.
See yourself within. Remember I said there is an inner world, a marvelous inner world that exists within us. And the revelation of such a world enables you to be. You want to be healthy, but it starts from within you. There is an inner world. Forget about the outer world.
Okay.
Whatever is around you,
whatever you experience,
whatever you are experiencing physically, ignore it. Take your eyes off it. Go within you. Know that there is an inner world existing within yourself, from where everything originates. Wow. It's a marvelous inner world. And when you become aware of it, you'll be able to have the good life you want to have. You will be able to be the right husband you want to be. You'll be able to have the $1 million you want to have.
Wow. This is wonderful. This is really, really wonderful.
So what do you want to be? What do you want to do? What do you want to have?
You should be able to answer these questions first.
Fantastic. Know exactly what you want.
You already have an old situation which you want to change. So the new life that you want to change, you should be able to write it down or tell yourself, this is the new me I want.
Fantastic.
Wow.
Fantastic.
Wow.
Sister Eunice, this is the way to go. You write the old I on paper. The old I you've accepted, you've believed on one hand. And then you write the new I you want to embody on another side. So you go to the new I want to express. I want to be happy. So you go every day saying to yourself, I am happy. I am happy. I am happy. Begin to see yourself within you happy. And you express happiness.
Wow. I heard one man saying, anything that you add to I am, you'll become it. And this confirms what you are saying. Thank you very much, Pastor Entry. This is where we end this episode. Please subscribe on all our social media platforms, Eunice Podcast. Thank you so much.